Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It's Monster of the Week time. I am struggling with my PC once again. As you can tell by the long, exasperated sigh, it's been an exercise in frustration this time. My video editing software, because I was trying to edit the viewer games from last night, and I decided to just crap its pants. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that, as I tested it out with some other video files, and it seems to just be the file from last night, and I'm not sure why. So we'll see what happens for this one. But either way, we're going to be jumping in and looking at some Monster of the Week games. What is Monster of the Week? It's our weekly tournament series. If you're interested in playing in it, earn some coffee just for showing up and playing, hit up the link in the description for my Discord. Prizes are, of course, provided by the devs, who also give me coffee for producing Phobies content, because I am, in fact, part of the content affiliate program. But with those things out of the way, let's take a look at the games. What's going on, chat? How's everybody doing out there? I'm going to try and do the whole no spoilers thing as usual. We're going to jump around because there were several submissions, but I'm not sure exactly which events each one is from. So I think just looking at interesting games more so than trying to keep it, oh, well, let's do X amount from this one and X amount from that one. It's more important to just like get interesting games. So we'll see. So first one up here, we have Dama, we have Coder, who is new. We're looking at Red Rum here, an oldie but a goodie, a map that I used to hate, but I think I've kind of come around to, especially in light of what are quite obviously worse maps. Is Red Rum the best map in the game? No. Is it better than a significant portion? Yeah, probably. So we're going to take a look at this one. No notes. At least, let me double check. Yeah, no notes. So we'll see what happens here. We get an interesting opener out of our orange player. A little Gesundheit action early on. Not in love with that. Obviously, Dama here has our more standard opener back in the corn up with a triple one key opener, which is very interesting. That's a Slayer. There's a reason we don't really see that, Phobie. You're going to have to forgive the throat lozenge. It's rattling around against my teeth because, yeah, slowly getting my voice back. I've been doing my best to rest it. We got a triple panic point advantage. This is not looking good for our orange player. I'm not going to lie. Or isn't. You've activated my trap card. It's a Blondie. Little Blondie action coming at you. That being said, without a Shove Shark to get this into position, it's going to be a little tough. There isn't a ton of damage represented here, but because of the phobies that were chosen, namely the Slayer being a one-mover, the Henrietta both being out of position and not representing a lot of damage, means that not even the Cowbell's going to die, plus Dama is going to be ready to go. They're maxed out right now, so until something dies, which there will be something shortly, they're just banking keys. The Blondie taking a beating here. This thing isn't dead, is it? There's no way. It's not feeling great, though. Somebody call a doctor, because that Blondie is beat. Would you need a mechanic? Would a mechanic make more sense? I don't know. But either way, we get a good scream heavy metal from Blondie there. Takedowns from the Gesundheit putting in work. Get a little AoE from the Minotaur. Been seeing a lot of Minotaur lately, and I do appreciate it. But unless our orange player... Alright, they have Cupcake. I was going to say, unless our orange player represents a heal, this Blondie is going to be kaput. Still some significant damage here, but nothing out of the vault can reach the Blondie, that is. I would have liked to have seen probably a Clinic go to... Okay, I take it back. I, honest to God, completely forgot about Plaid. And seemingly so did our orange player. That's got to be the ball game, right? I don't know how they're going to fight into Plaid. They do have 10 keys. They do have 10 keys, but they're under a lot of pressure. Under half health here. Gonna pop the Cupcake on the Minotaur. Take some stones there. Unfortunately, once again, Gesundheit out of position. Not much I can do in order to help. Backing things up with Stabby, I don't know that I love that. But it will lock down or help lock down this panic point advantage for our orange player. Plaid continuing to put in work. Yeah, I honest to God forgot Plaid exists. Real talk. It's not a phobia you commonly see for a variety of different reasons. However, if it weren't for realistically out-of-game reasons, by that I mean like the economy of the game, it has nothing to do with gameplay value. I think we would see Plaid significantly more. If tomorrow the devs gave everyone Plaid, I think we would see Plaid in a lot more games. I think everybody knows my feelings about Haffy right now. And at this point, why would you group up for this? That doesn't seem like what you want to do. I mean, the Plaid is beaten feet. What is the plan here? Are we going to double hit with Jin Sting? Oh, okay. I was going to say, you could have moved the Jin Sting, healed with Clinico, and then dove with the Plaid, but you probably end up losing it if you don't eliminate that Minotaur, which you likely were incapable of doing without getting double hits like this. Triple panic point advantage going the other way while Plaid is taking its spa vacation, but our blue player does, of course, have a whole lot of time in order to heal up, and they can just soak damage. Daisy coming out as a final phobie for our orange player. I do like Daisy here. We're getting into the scrappy territory, so as long as you can maintain a phobia advantage, Daisy can probably put in a lot of work. Fortunately for our orange player, though, Haffy goes down. Who could have possibly seen that coming? I think quite literally everyone. Just double checking the obs stats to make sure that things are behaving. After the hardware issues, I'm very concerned. Make sure everything stays. So at this point, our orange player does have this locked down fairly well, but this Clinico should be live once again. We do, of course, have Plaid, who's highly mobile. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a heart push here. You could I don't like that positioning. I mean, we know that there's a trap in the north, but they don't know. And you can't, it's tough to cluster the units, but I kind of feel like maybe you do want to try and say, all right, come at me, bro. Although this was likely the best you're going to get. The Gesundheit just kind of felt like a liability past a certain point. Ooh, we're going for the race. See, if you're going to do this, the Daisy needed to be up there before, I think. It needed to be up there last turn. Like, push the damage right away. Because we're at 1275. I don't think it would have been possible to both kill the Daisy and step on it last turn. We'd have to go back and check, but Dama able to take it down, take out our orange player. GG, well played. Very close game, all things considered. I didn't expect it, given the beginning, how it initially started, but we'll see. All right, chat. All right, let's do this. Just pulling up the next game. Where is this game? Yeah, it's got to be this one. All right, game 2 on the Pyro Abyss. I'll be honest, when I was coming up with the map pool for this week, I wasn't thrilled. And Pyro Abyss was kind of like the least bad option, but I've seen a lot of stalemate games on this map, so I was very concerned about introducing it. But either way, we have Deer H versus Oliver, I still don't know. No one ever seems to correct me as to how their name is pronounced. Or they'll respond and be like, yeah, that's how you say it. And I'm like, well, I said it 3 different ways. Which one is it? So, either way, our orange player bringing out the early Finnegan. That's a bold move there, Cotton. I don't know about that one. Ooh, the body block here with the boomer is very interesting. I mean, there's multiple spas on this map. So even if our orange player elects to try and like meatball off the stem to get this, it's not necessarily going to do anything. Now, I personally would have said, like, invite the cat in so that you can kill it. Ooh, some Radiator action. You love to see it. Radiator is honestly one of the coolest phobies. Like, he is super cool. Boomer beating feet to get out of here. I don't see this play very often. Breaking that block in front of the heart, that seems, we'll say, unique. Yo, Rusty. Possibly the newly crowned best 1 key per Karst. I don't know if Karst actually said that, but Karst did indicate they've really been enjoying Rusty, and I do think Rusty as a 1 key makes sense. It does not feel overpowered, but it does feel highly impactful, which I like. I think it's cool, and the buff to make it 1 key from 2 keys is a huge deal. So panic points flipping in favor of our orange player. Both players just kind of building up here. We're going to trade some 1 keys. Interesting, a repeller. All right. So we are going to be leaning into what appears to be more stall-based gameplay because that repeller is going to play keep away. Plethora of 1 keys for our blue player, only a single one for our orange player. But that means that our orange player, due to the repeller commitment, also has a big key advantage, but you got to commit something to the board, so it's not really an advantage. We're going with Moffat, the opposite of repeller, in fact. Sort of. It's not really the opposite. It's on the opposite end of the spectrum, but it's not all the way on the very end. 1 key trading war continuing. Alright, Rusty's not going to actually go for it. It's just going to be trading in. We get a Shove Shark out of our blue player. Not unsurprising, we could either get the poke plan or we're going to get a full commit. But given the boop nature of Repeller, I don't anticipate a commit into this. You don't really have the damage here. You got a Snowball that's out of position and then a possibly in position Ray Chargels, but likely not. That feels unnecessary. Could you really not have killed that? 500. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Didn't you start the turn with a, oh no, the Radiator was here. Okay. I was going to say, I thought the Radiator started the turn next to the panic point. Couldn't you have just chomped it once, but obviously not. So, a regular barn burner here with the trading of the center panic point. Get a little puff action. Gonzo, matching Shove Shot. I don't understand this Finnegan. Like, why did Finnegan show up? Especially so early. It was not in response to like a glob or something like that. It's just an incredibly early Finnegan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got one space open for our blue player. Maxed out for our orange player. 13 keys to 11. Phantom. What? I've been saying it. Prove to me Phantom is broken. Prove to me Phantom is broken. Yikes. Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta get that Jin Sting out of there. Is this really what you want to do? I mean, you're maxed out, and I guess the Finnegan has lost value, but that sucks. This goes back to, like, why is the Finnegan there? Boop! Get a little shove shark action. Good play, good play. What are we going to Phantom into their team, though? You could just use the Phantom to reposition the Puff in a way that you can get a good Blom, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to materialize. Now our blue player is going to be forced to sacrifice something important, and Finnegan clears the way for Mr. Tramples. What do you think Mr. Tramples' first name is? Or does he get upset and, like, Mr. Tramples is my father? Like that classic one. Because it's implied here that Tramples is either his title or his last name. So what is his first name? What? Yo! No way! Dude! That is so sick! Look at this! I'm looking at this shove shark like, what is happening? Dude, I gotta look at this again. Oh my god! Dude, that was one of the wildest Radiator plays I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. Like, look, I haven't been able to play Phobies in a while. But, like, I did not see that play. To just straight up run his ass right into their team. And pop him. Dude, that was sick. The gonzoed up Radiator onto the stick. Just get wrecked, nerd. That was sick. That was absolutely sick. I'm so happy we saw that. Do you get the counter kill here? So Puff is what, 6 keys? But now our orange player was able to advance. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, you can't scream right away, can you? Yikes. That's got to warm up. Okay, get the block. All right. I think you can still set up a good Mr. Tramples, though. All right, Radiator and Jin Sting go down, so technically all of that was a key positive trade for our blue player. But obviously, Ray is toast. 6 keys remaining for our orange player, but they got to make something happen or otherwise... Yeah, we get the yoink into the bite, plus the gonzo hits. Is this enough damage? The Ray is probably going to make it be enough damage, and that 6 keys just ignited. Seems alright. Seems all right. We'll probably get a pick here on the Murder Wing, but all of a sudden, our blue player's team is looking rather anemic. Not a whole lot of damage output, not a whole lot of tricks, unless our orange player allows another boop or something like that. So we do get a fairly significant exchange of keys over the last couple turns, but it appears Oliver's coming out on top. We gonna get a charge? Plowing through the team there. Picking off the Gravedigger. Picking off the Repeller. And just like that, I mean, I think after that one turn, if you earn the moral victory with the Radiator hit. The actual victory seems to have been locked up a few turns later. Yeah, I'm pretty happy we saw this game. This is a good game. This is a really good game. That Radiator hit was sick. I definitely I clipped that. I'm going to edit that up later. I got to edit that up later so that, well, assuming my editing software will cooperate. I've been experimenting with a couple others because it's just annoying me so much that I have to learn another one. You got a charge? Oh, okay. I didn't think charge was back. I was about to say who's still alive, but that... Alright, we're going to finish it this way, apparently. GG, very well played. GG. Dude, that was just sick. That was so sick. That was, in fact, a very good game. I'm doing alright, Master Dark. I had some issues with my editing software, so that's why I was taking pictures behind me. You can see the green screen setup. Sort of green screen. I need to get an actual green piece of poster board, or like blue or something, so I can edit stuff out easier, but I found a website to do it for me, so hopefully it'll be easier. Now I just gotta figure out how to feather things properly so it isn't like so obvious. Did Potenzia get cooked in this one? I didn't actually look at the bracket. That's not the part I'm usually paying attention to. Oh my god, dude. These next other games might be pretty wild, too. Alright. Alright, so we're staying on the Pyro Abyss. We got Deer H versus Kuro. Let's see how this one goes. Quicker game this time. We'll see where the excitement happens. As I said, I was kind of worried about adding this map to the pool because it can be very stall heavy, but I'm glad that it didn't turn out that way. Kuro with the spice, once again, Jammy Fish into Ash. Kuro has been making a concerted effort. I don't know why, like, this one spot, the green screen is, like, chopping my finger off. I don't understand. But anyway, Kuro has been experimenting with a lot of different builds. And Jammy Fish into Ash, I have to say, is, in fact, something you don't see every day. I like to consider myself an expert in Phobies. I'm definitely not, like, top-tier player anymore. And I haven't been for some time. But I do feel like I can theorize up there with the best of them. And I gotta give Kuro credit where credit is due, because this is some spicy tech. Got a little oopsie baby action coming out of our blue player. I'm hungry, chap. I need to lose weight, so I'm trying to be better about my eating habits. And as a result, I'm just starving all the time. And I'm exercising more. Like, I walked a few miles yesterday. I walked a few miles today. Like, more miles than I usually do. A little boggart action coming out of our orange player. What is it with the Slayers today? Why are people doing this? I mean, that's cute, but like... So, the ash pole matters because otherwise Bo Mangles doesn't make it up there unless it takes the scenic route or stands on lava, which you don't want to really do either of those. But that's a lot of effort just to move that guy, right? Like, that's a lot of effort. Dude, that can't be the right thing to do. Is it? Alright. So the idea here is you're trying to bait the boggart play, I think. Because the boggart can go in and place a bomb on the oopsie baby. But if you do that, you're risking the attractor yoink and losing the boggart. Alright, we're going to cook the boomer, it would appear. That's a much safer way to do the bomb. Someone set us up the bomb. Does anybody even remember that meme anymore? The proto-meme that is that quote. I never even played the game it was from. Tractor boops! Dead jammy fish. Honestly, has jammy fish done its job? Probably. I feel as though, especially once the oopsie baby goes down, I feel as though Koro has a significant board advantage. This Octonauty doesn't die, does it? I don't think that Octonauty becomes fried calamari. They need a different sound effect for that bomb. It sounds like a fart. And that's just not good enough. No, the yoink backwards. Is that really necessary? I don't know if that yoink was really necessary. I mean, I get... So, it would not have made it to the spa if you did not have the yoink. Which is kind of interesting. But, like, would it have mattered if it was on the spa a turn late? Like, this is not live, and it's, like, the only thing that could get to it, so... Where I'm going with this is I'm trying to figure out, is the ash having a meaningful impact on the game, or is it just like, yeah, that's cute? Because it kind of feels like the latter, where, like, Koro has had to mold and shape their entire play pattern around finding excuses to use the ash. But instead, you could have just possibly used a different phobie and then it wouldn't have mattered. I will say that putting something like ash on the board definitely messes with your opponent's head and can cause them to misplay, because it's like, oh, that pull back, I wasn't expecting that, and they don't position properly to prevent it or react to it. It's not completely without value. Ooh. Check that guy out. I'm seeing a lot of that guy. I'm seeing a lot of that guy. Who's the... Is there a third one of the... Because it's Yeti, Skinwalker. Is there a third one? I don't know if there's a third one of that skin. Yoink. into the fart explosion. This was a good heads-up play by our blue player here. Putting pressure on the heart. Getting the spare hit onto the Skinwalker as well. This is a lot of pressure, and because of this block, it means that Kuro can't necessarily defend very readily, and the Ash can't push. Like, that's a lot of stuff on the heart, and I just don't know if there's enough time for Kuro to defend it. So it drops the bomb on the location, which is fine. But, like, that's 6 attacks right there. 6 attacks plus a 4-to-1 panic point advantage. I'm pretty sure Kuro's dead. I believe it is true. Kuro is, in fact, cooked. GG. The Ash trick's not quite enough. A little too much dirtling, I think. A little too much dirtling, I think. A more standard game plan gets there, I think. Like, I don't know that Kuro made some obvious mistake. It's more... You were just in a weird position throughout the whole game because of the phobies that you were trying to utilize. That isn't to say that that plan can't work, but you gotta work so much harder as a result. But, GG. Alright, chat, let me pull up the list again. Alright, so this is the one that had... We'll see how interesting this one is, because it could be really interesting. Let's see. Alright, we're back again with another Dear H game. This time, up against Dama. I honestly don't think Kuro did well. It seemed to have a mistake here and there at some point. So, the thing about Kuro's play there is, like, you can make the optimal play with what you have, and it's a mistake. So, like, you made the correct play, but it was ultimately a mistake because of the previous choices, if that makes sense. So, like, because Kuro chose to go with the meme team of Jammyfish, Boggart, Ash, they boxed themselves into the corner. Now, admittedly, we could go back and try and, like, really dissect, were the plays Kuro made with their team correct? But I think they were just kind of getting bullied because, what did Ash do? Ash was a bad Bluelian, is what happened. Real talk, like, if Ash was a, if Ash was Bluelian, Kuro would have been in a way better position, because the Ash pulled the Bow Mangles early in the game, which, by the way, an early Cerberus here because of reasons. So the Ash pulled the Bow Mangles early on, which it could have been sitting on a spa from Bluelian, in which case it would have healed. And then it pulled the Boggart, which could have also sat on a spa and healed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Master Dark, is like, the plan may have... If the plan was to utilize those phobies, it's entirely possible that everything, quote-unquote, went according to plan, and the plan just wasn't very good. And that's not meant to be an insult to Kuro. It's just like, I appreciate it. It's just maybe the ceiling of that particular strategy is not high enough for it to matter. All right, we get a rusty landing on Cerberus, switching gears from the last game into the new one that's already on turn 7. That is an aggressive invade here, but not a lot that our orange player can do about it. Finnegan? Because why the hell not, I guess? I don't know. We do have a Shove Shark for our orange player. They can push Cerberus a little bit. And to be honest, there's maybe an argument to shove the Cerberus up to kill the Boomer. The problem is if you do that, it's going to get booped into Oblivion because it would have pulled onto the panic point, and then either Finnegan or Kerbloom does it in. We're getting a little defense to try and shoo away this Gravedigger here. Blondie coming out. It's now seemingly the de facto pairing with Phantom. Yeah, Whiskers will not. No one's going to main Whiskers. Whiskers is not a thing. Are we going to get the Phantom play? Probably not, but at least not this turn. Nobody mains Trivolta. I think Trivolta at least has potential. Whiskers is... I mean, Whiskers inherently can't be a mainable phobie because it's just... This doesn't seem good. This doesn't seem good because you're not killing the Phantom. Yeah, I don't love this. Alright, the follow-up is Chuck, though. Honestly, if the Chuck was on the board and could have gotten booped this turn, or the boop was saved for next turn, maybe. But, like, yeah, you can power this all down, do 1,000,000 damage, and shove them away. And we get a Waffalo Will. Is this the Waffalo game we've been waiting for, chat? We're gonna find out. Cooking the Bachelor. Yeah, I don't love that the previous turn we saw from Dama. Do have a very beat up Gravedigger and Phantom. A significantly less damaged Cerberus. And of course Cerberus will heal. Stabby's kind of beat up, but Panic Point advantage remains blue. Yeah, we could have gotten the teleport, but quite obviously they're trying to set up the Waffalo play. The question is, what are they going to take? Because you could Waffalo something this turn, I think, right? Yeah, Waffalo's live. So what are you going to take? Because you're giving up 12 keys on Retaliation, quite possibly. And if you take the Cerberus, it's still powered down, right? So... Alright, going for the heal on Phantom, making our orange player work for it. Looks like we're taking the Cerberus. Pop. Welcome to the team, pal. Welcome to the team. Okay, so does that... Presumably that resets the actions for the Cerberus, right? It's not like it just stands there this turn, right? It didn't attack. Honest to God, I have no idea because I've never seen a Waffalo like do anything before. But that is, yeah, thanks. That's a big thank you from our blue player to our orange player. And they're on full retreat, understandably so. Waffalo will, chat. Waffalo will. And if you care to notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Phobies for our blue player. Which, I mean, yes, that's how it works, but it's still funny. The Shriek Heavy Metal is off. This is like, look at this front line. Look at how much HP there is here. Just take a moment to appreciate this board state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of want to use this as the thumbnail, and I want people to be like, how the hell did they get 8 Phobies? I can tell you one thing, Waffalo Will is definitely going to feature on the thumbnail. As cool as the other play was with the radiator, look. All right, YouTube, let me know down in the comments which wins. If you had to pick one play of the week, like this is the Phobies play of the week, is it Waffalo Will or is it the radiator play? Because the radiator play was sick, but like, Waffalo, come on. By the way, this Blondie is going to eat. I'm pretty sure the cooldown's back up. That's a 5-0 panic point advantage, by the way. Nope, Blondie's just going hard. Oh, can you just end the game? I didn't realize what turn it was. Dude. I've never seen Waffalo Will attack. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Waffalo Will with the MVP. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Not bad, chat. Not bad. Alright, finding the next game because somebody just added one of the highlights like 10 minutes ago. Even though I asked for them hours ago. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, this is a long one. I promise I wasn't trying to do all Dear H games tonight, but those are the ones that were submitted as highlights. So we got Dear H, we got Marky992, who is new to Monster of the Week? Question mark? I don't remember. I don't remember. Probably someone who saw you doing the review. I literally pinged everyone, so they knew. Like, there's no excuse. I do this every week. I am nothing if not consistent. And I do that intentionally. It's not just because I like being consistent, although I do. It's also because it's important for people to now be able to regularly recognize this is what happens. And that's also true for, like, streaming, for example, content creation, for example. One of the first things that they always recommend to people is, like, make sure that you are streaming, you are putting videos up on a regular basis so that people know when to look for them. Because then if they're interested in your content, it's like, oh, well, every Friday, the Phobies viewer games go up, so I know to go look. So even if they miss a notification or something, they know to go look. And I try to do the same thing with the events, because then that way people get into the rhythm. Early Ray Chargels. Been seeing a lot of Ray Chargels lately. Some of them make sense. Some of them, they make less sense. I'm looking at this little figurine that was given to me because I bought a dice tower to play Neopets with my wife because there's dice rolling in the card game and it makes me hate myself. But she loves Neopets, so we make sacrifices. The game, I don't know, I look at card games because I played so many, like, I feel like every card game I played has potential. Some have more than others, but I like the ideas in just about every card game. The problem is some of them just go out of their way to make it miserable. Have you ever seen a dial turn 1 on Billy's Room? Billy's Room. I don't think so. I'm not sure why somebody would... Like... Yeah, I know why people do those things, but there's a reason that you don't see people do those things. Oh, we're gonna trap the murder wing. Probably is a dead murder wing. I think you should have positioned the sock assassin to be able to attack the murder wing next turn, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, we get a little chip damage going down. Another Phantom game. At least Dear H was taking it to heart that try and prove to me the Phantom needs to be banned. I don't think based on the last game... that there was a strong case made that... Like, Phantom enabled that play, yes. But I think that's the sort of play that is completely reasonable, and I think it's cool to say. Like, that costs 12 keys, and you got a 12-key swing. They lost 6, you gained 6 from the Cerberus. And it's big cooldowns and all that kind of stuff, which I think is probably fine. I don't know what the counterplay is inherently, though. Like, I don't know that Pyro Abyss is a map that you can push effectively to, like, really contest things. Pop goes the Murder Wing. 15 keys for each player. Full team for our blue player. 6 Phobies, thanks to the Murder Wing death for our orange player. Panic points going in favor of orange as well, and we get the second... How many people are running around with plaid? I had no idea that Noxious could not one-shot a sock assassin. It's not a relationship between Phobies that I have thought about prior to literally this second. Yo, we're getting Waffalo game numero dos. I mean, that plaid is looking juicy, but let's be real. It is not going to connect with that. There's just no world in which plaid gets taken by Waffalo Will. I don't even really know how that works. How would the Parasite take over a mech anyway? I love the way that Waffalo Will moves. This clone Chomp's AI voice isn't convincing. We want the real Chomp back. Never! I, honest to God, thought I was going to have to use one of those text-to-speech things for some videos. Not for these, because there's, like, I'm not writing a script for this, obviously, but, like, on Mondays I usually do my Market Watch video, and it's only a few minutes long, so I could write something for that. We'll see if my voice recovers. It's one of the weaker Wait, are you just really going to take a... Oh, we're going to take the Noxious. Okay, I was going to say, if you take the bow, that doesn't seem worth it. So I guess that is that Russell? Alright, we're going full meme team here. What is happening? I guess you... I was thinking maybe the plaid could connect this turn, but it can't. I don't think. Can connect with the heart, though. And pretty safely. I mean, they could send the ray down, but the ray will then die. Yeah, I was thinking about skipping the weekly stuff from now on, because it's like one of the worst performing videos, except around when the set releases. Because people kind of don't care. I don't want to do it more frequently than weekly for obvious reasons, but maybe I just do it monthly or something. Could have brought my game a draft against... The drafts are always weird. Cancerous meme team, you mean? Is it? Is it really? Pop goes the Innocuous. You hate to see it. Oh my god. Yikes. Yikes. Zero keys to 3 keys remaining. I mean, Phantom Waffalo is cute, but doesn't seem to be good enough here. Do get a big Russell hit, though. Double kill. That's pretty sick. Waffalo creeping on up. How does this game go on another 20 freaking turns? Can you not just... hold on, what are the... 2 turns, 1 turn... Like, don't you just kill the Russell here and then there's almost nothing DRH can do? Because if they come after you... This has to be DRH pulls back. Okay, maybe not. I was going to say they pull back in order to try and reset the Waffalo. You heard it here first, chat. Control magics are good. You remember when Russell was a meme? I did not see that, Atona. We can circle back to that. I need to get another throat lozenge after this game. Maybe my throat is not recovering as well as I thought. So, our orange player has a healer. Like, the only... Excuse me. Real talk, there was no world in which Russell was going to be good and not be toxic. I said it way back when. It's not possible for that ability to be both good and be healthy. If they wanted to keep buffing the attack and the actual, like, health of Russell, that's fine. But buffing the poison is a mistake. Like, that's just not... It's not good. Chad, is this a good map? I feel like this map is pretty good. Alright, we're gonna get the final Waffalo attempt. Because if it ain't happening now, it ain't happening. I don't know how you can possibly set it up, though. And now we're looking at, what, a 4-to-1 panic point advantage? Are you going to take the Klinico? Yeah, I was going to say, like, you need to position the Phantom more aggressively, but you can't. It will just literally die. And there's no way for our blue player to actually close the gap here. Because the Plaid has just too much movement. Their entire team has too much movement. You do get... Oh, god damn it. You do get Jin Sting here, but, like... That doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water and another throat lozenge after this chat. An attempt was made. The Plaid. 2-0 in this event. Plaid, next band, Phobies? That one ought to set people off. GG. GG. Well played. Alright, chat. I will be right back. We'll see if there's any other highlights after this for people to come up with, and then we'll go from there. Alright, chat. Looking at another Monster of the Week game. I don't know how many more I got in me because of my throat, but we're going to be looking at the Shadow Force versus Shinra game. I'm really praying that the VOD for this doesn't turn into a real pain in the ass for me to edit. Because, as I mentioned earlier, the software I use is really busting my balls. We're here on the Penny Dropped. There's spoilers in chat, so I'm not going to read them out loud. Honestly, I'm not sure the Penny Dropped is actually a good map, but pretty much without fail, every time it's in rotation, I'll bring it back because it's kind of a meme that it disappeared from the map pool for like 100 years. Ooh, a quick pick here from Shinra on the 1 key from Shadow Force. I'm gonna trade them, but this does allow for Spud to be able to at least get a pot shot on the retreat next turn. It's very mid. Yeah, I mean, the map probably is mid. I don't like Penny Drop, that's fair. I'll have an end in Innocuous Unicorn turn 3 here. I think that's very likely. The Spud edition from people has been somewhat of a wrinkle. I mean, Spud has never been, like, completely absent, but ooh, this is kind of cute. This is kind of cute. Honestly, the map choices for me were pretty better bad. I mentioned it earlier, I think, before you joined, Koro, but I was not really happy with the rotation this week. I could definitely see somebody making an argument to me that, oh, well, the map pool should have been this or that instead. But the reality of the situation is I don't think that the selection of maps for this rotation was very good. And we are going to get stuck with this periodically, simply because we don't have access to all of the maps in frenemies. And believe me, I pitch it to the devs through the content affiliate channel probably once every few months. That's very lately, that happens a lot. I felt like we were okay for several weeks. And like the last 2 weeks, it feels bad. So, to chat's point, we got Corn, we got Innocuous. I mean, I could do something weird like, oh, we'll only do a 2 map pool, because it's like, oh, there's only 2 good maps. But, I don't know, that feels weird. And I don't know that it's better, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know which is worse. Like, giving people essentially no choice, or, like, giving them this, which is, like, a false choice anyway, because the maps are doo-doo. And at some point, we're going to hit a map rotation where it's just like, no, every single map is bad. Red Rum is over average? I assume you mean above average? As in, like, it's a pretty decent map. Which I kind of agree with. Like, I used to hate Red Rum, but I feel like Red Rum is alright. I feel like Red Rum is alright. So triple panic point advantage for Shinra. I know we haven't said much about this game, but like realistically, what is there to say about this game? I don't know how this game ends in 4 turns, though. 8 keys for Shadow Force? Yo, erratic. Is Shadow Force memeing? I mean, I kinda get it, but You do have a lot more room because of the Gravedigger. I do like this. They decided to bring every bad mapper to... Yeah, imagine the map pool. Like, they rotate all maps out. It's only Agora and Once Lore. Karst was saying that they want... I think it was Karst. Somebody was saying they want to see the Once Lore again now that we have some new Phobies. I don't know. And I also think it's unhealthy for lower levels on the ladder. Did Shadow Force miscount here? Is this erratic not just dead? What just happened? What the fuck? What? That was terrible. Seriously, did Shadow Force just miscount? Because that was like an egregiously unforced error. I think I'm going to call for this evening. We're back tomorrow. Well, no, we're actually not back tomorrow. We're not back tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday, holiday in America. I don't think I'm going to be streaming early or anything. I don't know. We'll see. But that is going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for more Random Thoughts.